feel any different than it did last year?
I can't remember. I really, it's a good question because you stumped me. I can't remember what I felt like last year after the conference final. So we were flying back from Denver. So we had a couple days off last year after Denver. First training day back.
Do you remember feeling nervous going into this week last year?
No. It wasn't. Last year was house money kind of, wasn't it? For me.
Did you have more on your mind last year as far as juggling players around, trying to get injured guys back, trying to figure out who was going to be healthy enough to go? You're in a little bit better shape a year later.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, yeah, the physical prep of the players is paramount now because, look, the style of our game isn't going to change. You know, the individual tactics for what Toronto does and certain areas of the field, yes, those things can change. The preparation for each opponent is a little different, but no, our team's going to stay the same. So, yeah, the physical prep is just what we're concerned about, making sure that all the guys with little aches and pains, the guys who need a couple extra fitness runs out there today, they get that.
Coach, how different is this team from last year's team?
Well, they're similar in many ways. I mean, names change, faces change, you know, skill sets might change. But the one common denominator for me is that both groups had a really strong mindset, really good mentality. You know, we persevered a lot throughout the course of the season. MLS is not easy. And we found ways to collect points. We found ways to come back from 3-0 deficits to win and tie. You know, the mindset of the team going into both playoff series was good. So I think in that sense they're equal.
Did you happen to see the quote from Greg Vanney everyone's been talking about? It was something like if you guys are ready for the intensity of playing in Toronto or something.
I'm going to tell you two things on that. Number one, Greg's a good guy, and he's a very good coach. All the success, and you know, even you could say the pressure is on them. No pressure on us. They're at home. They've had the supporter sheet, you know, all that. If he's saying that to get his guys traction somehow, some way, that's his business. But Greg's a good guy and a good coach. I don't got nothing against the quote. And the reason why I don't have anything against a quote is because if you guys think or anybody thinks that we need locker room blackboard material, you guys are sadly mistaken because my team is ready to go. I don't need to put that up on the board. Dempsey, Ladero, Ozzie, Jordan, Roman, Steph, all those guys are ready to compete. So that to me was a you know, a little bit of side salad there.
So how much did the experience of actually going in there last year and doing what you did, how much does that give you an edge this year in that you don't have to overcome all that?
Well, we went through all the travel arrangements and everything that we did last year, and, you know, we learned from all of that logistically. Then on the field, yes, knowing we can come in there and put on a strong performance, all of those things help. And then you add to that some of the little smaller nuances, like we got Dempsey back and Ladero, and, you know, we've got some guys, you know, Victor, Nuhu, you know, we got guys that are coming in and have had good seasons for us. Kelvin, Bruin. I mean, so, you know, our team has changed a little bit. Those guys still have the confidence because the core group went there and, you know, had a good performance. So it's absolutely a plus for us.
You said house money, but that house money gave your team experience. Most of the team was back. How can that experience help to, you know, make another run?
I meant house money last year. I mean, last year we weren't expected to do what we did, right? This year we're not playing with house money. This year we're earning our paychecks. These guys have worked hard. I mean, they worked hard. They're a motivated group. So this year's different.
Then I should say that experience last year, how does it help the younger guy maybe roll Don or, you know, your core group?
Well, Christian gets it. He was there last year. I mean, a little more experience, yes. A bigger game, yes. A bigger stage, yes. But he got a taste of the national team now this year, this summer. You know, it's for the guys like Nuhu and some of the guys. For Kelvin, it'll be a new experience, but he's played in big games. I don't know. I could go through the roster and I would say that every single one of our players will be ready for this moment. It won't be too big for them.
How is this Toronto team different than the one you guys prepared to face last year?
I think that was their starting lineup. Mavinga came in for Hagland, and Vasquez has come in for, who did they start last year? Cooper or someone. There was only 2, and the goalkeeper. So actually 3 changes from their last game against Columbus to what they played against us in the final. So they're pretty similar.
How can you use that to your advantage then?
Well, last year's last year. I mean, Vasquez is a good player. He's made them definitely better. Mavinga's decent. The goalkeeping's good. So, I mean, they're a good team. They are a good team. We're not comparing last year to this year.
Jordan's obviously a starter in this league, but do you think his skill set is a potential super sub with just how fast he is and the pace he brings? You kind of like the impact he could make in that role?
Absolutely. I'm happy to have him back.
What about Ozzy? Do you know if he's going to be ready to go yet?
He's a tough kid. He will play if he's ready.
I feel like it was a couple months ago I asked you about Harry Shipp. He wasn't playing a lot at the time. But he's been able to come back and have some important minutes for you, especially in the playoffs. Were you ever worried that he might mentally not be able to I mean, he was off he didn't play for 2 or 3 months.
It was a little bit, his hand injury, the coach's choice, all that sort of stuff. Harry's a strong kid in the sense that he wants to play. He wants to compete. So all credit to Harry for sticking with it, working hard, and then when he got his opportunity, he did something good with it.
To that end, does he embody the next man up mentality that you've been preaching?
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Harry is a team guy. He will do whatever it takes for the team to win. Those are the kind of guys that I like.
You seem to have a lot of players who takes a lot of pride in not just playing for the Sounders, but being part of the Seattle kind of experience culture. Has that always been how it is with the Sounders? Was that how it was in USL, that guys would feel part of the community even when there weren't 50,000 people in the stands?
Well, I'll take that even one step back, because you have Dave Gillett, Pepe Fernandez, all the real Frank Barton, all the old guys from the 70s and 80s still knitted into the fabric of the community. The USL days, yes, the guys had to go and do coaching gigs on the side to make enough money, so they were out on the soccer fields on a Tuesday night or a Thursday night. Hey, I got to meet Kevin Zakuta because he was my coach. So yes, they've been out in the community. It's something that we as a franchise take a lot of pride in, that the players understand that this is a pretty great place to live and it's a pretty great place to play soccer.
Do you find that guys make a bond here faster than you might otherwise expect at a professional sports team?
I couldn't answer that because I don't know much else. My playing days were a long, long time ago, and I never settled in the cities I played for.
As a coach, going to the MLS Cup back-to-back, what's that like?
It's pretty exciting. I'm happy for the fans, and I'm proud of the guys' accomplishments. Very proud of it. Very happy for the fans.
About a third of the team is new from last year. What's that mentally place them in a position? Did they come in with the pressure, with your expectation to go back? What's it like for those guys, like the Shipp, the Bruin, Jordy Delem, Gustav?
Well, a lot of that was already inside them. I don't think I had to stoke many flames again, even in preseason. Those guys were eager to, integrate themselves with the group. So that's their own personal motivation to, like a guy like Gustav or Harry or Will, those early days, they were trying to impress to get playing time. So again, I think it's just a natural evolution of the locker room that we have. It's a good locker room. And those guys want to belong. They want to be part of the group. So it makes my job easier.
You had a message for the fans. With Softy last week, you said that you needed 5 or 10% more.
He brought it.
You've got
He brought it.
about 1,000 that are going to travel over to Toronto. What's your message for both the fans traveling and the ones staying at home?
Well, thank you for the ones that stayed at home or can't go, because the energy in the building on Thursday was great. And I thought the whole deal with, it was Dempsey kind of urging Ozzy and then Ozzy going over the signboard. I thought that was fantastic. I thought that was one of the greatest moments I've seen in a long time. And then last year, I remember when Ramon scored the penalty kick and, everybody was chasing him down the side of the field, and we, were able to celebrate in front of our fans. That was a pretty cool moment too. So, I know that they'll be heard in that building. They will be loud, so just enjoy the trip, enjoy the moment. And hopefully we can, hopefully we can have a good performance and give ourselves a good chance of winning.